I'm going to show you the parts of the microscope. Let me turn some light on here. Maybe you'll see it better. All right, so let's see how well you can see it. I think you can see it pretty well. So this part here is the stage. That's the part that your sample is going to go down here. And right now, I'm going to lower the stage so that you can see a bit better where my sample is. And I'm going to use the coarse focus for that because I want it to lower fast. And the focus that I'm talking about, it's in either side of the microscope, but it's these knobs here. This one is the coarse focus, the one that's closer to the arm. This is how you carry the microscope, to the arm or column. Coarse focus, fine focus. So watch the stage when I go like this. See how fast it moves? If I was up here, and now watch how fast it moves if I move the fine focus. Doesn't even look like it's moving. That is because it's moving just a little bit at a time. So about this part, when you locate your sample, and let's say you were looking at your sample, you always start with the lowest magnification. So in this microscope is a 4x objective. These lenses are called objective lenses because they're close to the object. And you start with your 4x, whatever is the lowest in the microscope you're using. And you want to raise your stage all the way up. Then you put your face here. These guys are your ocular lenses. And with your face here, you lower the stage until you see something that you think is in focus. So you lower, 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 and you're like, oh, I think I see something. Sometimes what you see is actually in your eye, sometimes it's in the lens. For you to know, like, did I actually focus the microscope on my sample? Then you move your slide back and forth, or forward and back, or side to side. You use these guys here. They're called the translational controls. So look what happens. Actually, I'm going to lower it more, so maybe it's easier for you to see. Look what happens to the slide as I use this thing. See, it's moving that way, this way, and then that way, and this way. So when you are using the microscope, you think, so you start all the way up. Lowest magnification, medium light. So let me turn the light on here. I'm the wrong side of the microscope, so I'm kind of lost. Hold on. Where are you? Okay. Pretend I turn the light on. When I go on the other side, it will go. So medium light, lowest magnification, raise the stage all the way up, put your face here, and lower the stage. And then you think you see something, but you want to make sure that what you see is actually really from the slide. It could be in your eye. So you move that. And if the image moves, then you know that what you're looking at is really what is on this slide. This is another question that I sometimes ask in the exam. You think you see something, you move the translational controls side to side, and the image does not move. What does that mean? And you're supposed to say, it means that what I'm looking at is not actually the sample on the slide. It's either a scratch on the lens or something on my eyes. It's something that I think is on the slide, but it's not. All right, so the other thing, I started this with the slide already in there, but let me show you common mistake that students make. So here I have a prepared slide of onion. So I stained it in blue. And what you want to do is push this clip and push your slide close to this edge and let go of the clip. What you don't want to do is to use this clip to hold the slide down. Like sometimes students lift this and they do actually more work than they're supposed to do. they stick the slide under the clip. And then this whole thing gets stuck. It bends this, and the translational controls don't work. So if I ask you steps for setting up a microscope, if there is a step that says tuck the slide under the clip, you're supposed to say that's not something you should do. All right, so I'm going to show you how you would make a sample of onion. So here we have onion, and you would stick, I put like a knife there, and then cut a little bit and hold that little piece of onion and pull. And when you pull, okay, this one didn't work. What you're hoping for is a little skin that will hang here. Right now, this is way too thick. If the sample has to be see-through, otherwise it's not a good sample. So you would pull like that, and then like, ooh, that's a nice one. This part is see-through. So then this I would put on the slide. And I told you that the sample has to have color, so I would stain the onion cell with this methylene blue. That's a very common stain to use for microscopy. If you are staining bacteria, as you will in microbiology, you're going to use different stains.